Hello and welcome to the British Dapper, and today we're talking about 5 powerful reasons to look sharp. Elevate your style game. So today's video we're looking at 5 powerful reasons why you should look sharp. Why dressing to impress is an important thing to do, and how you can elevate your style game. So the first reason I'm going to give you is to promote being different, standing out amongst the crowd. Now when you're in your teens, everybody wants to dress the same. They all want to wear black hoodies, black jeans, black trainers. They all want to merge into one herd, if you like. As you get a little bit older though, surely the idea is to stand out amongst the crowd, to be more of an individual rather than just part of the actual herd. The pride of the lion, if you like, as an example. They stand out because they need to stand out to draw attention to themselves. But in a more sophisticated way, we're not doing something dissimilar, because by dressing well, we are attracting attention to ourselves, and with that, people gravitate towards us. Either they like our style and the way we look and the way that we are different, or they don't. It's important to attract the right type of attention, and part of that is the way that we dress should be balanced. It should be promoting qualities of not necessarily the materials. I get that that comes down to budget, but certainly the style implications of what you're wearing. And whilst I promote a classic look, I feel that a classic look is in between everything. It's not high fashion and it's not outdated either. And the problem with a lot of people when they think classic, they think that it is a traditional look. It's not. It's a little bit more in between everything. So I would suggest a classic look is not in style, not out of style. It's just in the middle, in that grey area. So you can zhuzh it up a little bit and look quite trendy, or you can dress it down and actually look quite traditional and quite dated if you wanted to. A classic example would be wearing a tweed jacket, wearing a tie, shoes, cavalry twill trousers as an example, and you've got quite a traditional late 50s sort of look, mid to late 50s look, and quite a traditional look, and could be considered quite dated in this day and age. But to the other extreme, you could still wear that tweed jacket, still wear those trousers and those shoes, but maybe change the tie, maybe change the way that you're wearing a shirt or the type of shirt you're wearing, and you get a much more relaxed, casual look. Maybe not even wear a tie at all. One thing I would suggest though is always wear a pocket square. If you've got a pocket, stick something in it. It's a missed opportunity in my book otherwise. And it does elevate your style a little bit above the average person wearing a jacket, where you'll see a lot of people walking around wearing a jacket but nothing in the pocket at all, and it's a missed opportunity, just Mr. Average if you like. Whereas putting something in the pocket makes you stand out a little bit more, draws a little bit more attention to you. And talking about standing out, that's my number 2 reason. Just think about it. The person that is remembered is the person that stood out, either for good or bad reasons, but because they are different, they remain in people's minds. They have impressed or made an impression on people by doing something differently, or dressing differently, or behaving differently. And number 3 on our list is quite simply dressing appropriately for the occasion or the event, not over gilding the lily, as I say. In other words, not dressing too formally for an informal function or dressing too informally for quite a formal function, as an example. So it's getting that balance just right where you are a little bit ahead of everybody else. So, for example, whilst people might be wearing suits, they might not be wearing a pocket square, they might not be wearing a tie, but by wearing those things, you elevate yourself just a little bit above that, and people draw attention to that. And also, for example, the shoes you wear. A lot of people will wear shoes with a suit, but how well polished are they? How much of an impression does it make when that suit is pressed, where those creases are really sharp and defined, and the jacket has been brushed to remove all those lint marks, and little bits like that make a lot of difference to the overall look. So you could have two people wearing a suit standing next to each other. One smartly presented, brushed down, trousers at the right length, break on the trousers is just right, the fit of the jacket is perfect, and we've got a nice clean presented look. People are going to notice that. Opposite to that, you could see somebody wearing the same suit, but it's poorly fitted, too long in the sleeve, too baggy in the jacket, too long in the length of the jacket as an example, or the trousers pull around the ankle, poorly adjusted for the break on the shoe. The shoes might not be polished very well, and you get that image a complete opposite to the smart presented level. So for example, they might be unkempt, they might even smell of BO because they haven't really made the effort, they just put stuff on and gone. And one of my pet hates is to see somebody with a pair of trousers and halfway up the leg you'll see that fold where they've been over a coat hanger, and nobody's bothered to iron that out or press that out, and it's just a case of putting the trousers on straight from the hanger, and that's a really not a very impressive look in my book. It doesn't take much to make an effort, and unfortunately in today's society I tend to see a lot of lazy people in that they don't present themselves particularly well. There is very little effort needed to iron a t-shirt, even if you're wearing a t-shirt, to iron it, to wash, to shave, to present yourself well. Doesn't take a lot of effort. To polish shoes if you're going to wear them. It really does elevate you head and shoulders above your modern contemporaries in this day and age. And let's be honest, it doesn't take much to do that when most people are dressed in hoodies, jeans, trainers and similar sorts of attire. So it's important to draw a positive reaction, create a positive image for others to see and to witness. And it's your behaviour being positive, uplifting, courteous, makes a lot of difference to people when you're talking to them. So while we're talking about style, just want to remind you about, we have a Patreon page which is dedicated to people with like-minded attitudes, and we provide additional content in our videos for the Patreon group. We also have open discussion and forums available to you as well, and depending on your level of access, you may even have one-to-one access to myself where we can discuss particular issues that you're experiencing and help others along their journey. I'll leave the link below, and if you'd like to have a look at that, please feel free to do so. Number 4 on my list is to explore different styles. I think it's important to gain sartorial education, finding out different styles, different ideas, concepts, and I think that's the way we grow. We look at different styles, we get different ideas, and that cultivates the way that we dress and behave. And when it comes to education, when I mean sartorial education, it's such a wide and varied subject. It's not just a case of how you dress, But linked with that is also your charisma, your style, the way you act, behave around other people, how you engage with other people. It's all part of a sartorial journey. Dressing well is not the be and end all of it. It is also about how you engage with others, how you educate others, how you demonstrate a certain skill or style in the way you dress, the way you behave. It doesn't come down to money necessarily, but it's having knowledge and having that expertise that makes you look and stand out above other people. Now, I don't want this to come over as a condescending point to make, but it's true. The people that stand out in your life are people that have done something differently, and you remember them for that difference, not because they're all part of the herd and all the same. Those people are greyed out and in the background. So let me ask this question. Do you want to be in the background and greyed out? Or do you want to stand out, be somebody, be something different? Put yourself forward. When those job promotions come round, when those interviews come round, it's the person that makes the effort, the person that prepares for that interview, the person that dresses for the part. All those things come into play. And whether we like it or not, it's not about necessarily being the best person for the job. That is just one element of a number of things that people get assessed upon. And the way people dress is a quick indicator visually of whether this person has got attention to detail, have they got creativity. All those sort of things are picked up within hundredths of a second of looking at them. Do they have attention to detail? Have they polished the shoes? Are they clean, presentable? Have they made that effort above and beyond the average Joe? Would they be a good representative for our company, as an example? That all comes into that sartorial journey, that education that we gain to achieve all these things. The final thing I'm going to come on to, number 5, is finding your own personal style. And once you do that, through going through this journey of exploration, of trying different things, then witnessing other people, working out if you like or dislike something, not just because of the way it looks on somebody else, but by trying it for yourself, then you're setting yourself up for a style, a personal style that will carry you forward for years to come. And people will identify you as that person or that style. So for example, the person that always wears the pocket square, the person that always wears a tie, or the person that dresses differently, wears shoes instead of trainers, or the person that wears a hat. And I don't mean a flat cap or a baker boy cap or anything like that. I'm talking about somebody that wears, for example, a fedora or a trilby or a bowler hat or something like that. Something that stands out a little bit, something that's actually a statement piece. And that's really where we're coming from today, is those 5 things are, I think, powerful reasons to be different, to stand out. And the amount of people that I have come across over the last few months where they've complimented me or other people with me about the way that they've dressed, and these people actually, you would think they're the last people you'd hear something like that from, but people do appreciate, even in this day and age, people that make the effort, dress differently, stand out amongst the crowd, attention to detail. And that's where I'm passing this on to yourselves. Have a think about your style. Have you completed your journey, or are you starting out on your journey? And where do we go on that journey? Because even when you sartorially get to your end game, where you've got that signature look that you constantly wear, style, then the next thing is some other form of education, whether it be your manners, your behaviour, or it could be educationally, becoming a better person. Sartorialism is just one element, one small element of a very long journey. And when I say sartorialism, I mean the way we dress. It's all part of a major package. Anyway, that's enough from me for today. But have a think about these things. Doesn't take much to wear a jacket with a pair of jeans even, and change those sneakers, put on a pair of leather shoes, or even a pair of relaxed loafers or something along those lines. And you've got a completely different look, still quite casual, but pretty sharp. And that goes for when you're wearing those suits as well. So until next time, take care. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, then please feel free to do so. We have a Buy Me a Coffee page, so if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, then please feel free to do so. We also love constructive comments, so if you'd like to make some, jot them down below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And if you've got a question you'd like to pose to us, or you'd like an answer to, then why not jot it down? We'll try and answer your question for you. We also like ideas for future videos, so if you want to make a contribution and make a suggestion about future content, then please, again, jot it in the notes below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. The next video could be something that you've recommended or suggested. So until next time, take care.